Okay, so an orientation for an organisation, whether you're paid or unpaid, should be the same. So there should be discussions about things like code of conduct or behaviour expectations, attendance requirements, certainly a strong emphasis on work health and safety, and obligations there, and also practical tips like what to do in certain situations such as emergencies or client behaviours. I think they should be oriented to who to go to in that organisation, and the locations and nature of the activities that they'll be undertaking.
We then have a orientation with them here at like the central office, and that's where we get to meet them for the first time, and go through what their placement will look like, and how how many hours and what their roster may look like. We discuss a variety of different things, what their availability is, so we can roster them to a senior staff member and in a SIL arrangement or an independent client.
Yes, there was a 2-day induction where I was placed, so I did meet with various staff members at different levels, not necessarily the team leaders the houses where I was going into, but it was a great introduction. It made me feel comfortable with the onboarding process and where I'm going, and they also in their induction covered a lot of skills and training again, so it really just reiterated and covered over a lot of what Steps had sort of already given me, and just tailored it to their what's the word I'm after,
Their particular style.
yeah, their policies and procedures, I guess. Yeah.
So we did speak about that in the classroom with our trainers to make sure that we understood what boundaries we would have in that role. So you've got to realise that you're not the support worker while you're doing that student placement, and just also follow through with whatever provider that is, their policies and procedures around what they expect from you as a student. We had a student booklet that we had to complete to get signed off on to make sure we were competent in the certain areas that we were learning, and just followed lead from the buddies, like the staff members that you were there supporting with. And it was always important to also check with the client, can I do this for you? Do you mind that I, push your wheelchair or take you to the bathroom if that's, what was needed? So you'd always ask permission.
Yeah.
With my cohort, we did do the 3-day induction for Centacare. We did ours around about the middle of our placement. So we had a couple of days out, doing somebody's shift, and then we came back the following week to do our induction.
That's probably quite a good idea, because by then you've got some context to attach it
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yeah. And it was good because in the induction, obviously you can learn a little bit more about the provider, so Centacare at the time, and your roles and expectations within that company.
So at the day service, they have a induction form that the supervisor will sit down with you, run through not only your participants but how the day service works, from anything from cleaning to toileting, to different procedures like that. Just run through that, you do your checklist, and then off you go. You set up with a support worker that you kind of buddy.
Yes.
Days. You buddy with them for a couple of days, and you just learn about people and their little habits and just things like that. And then off you go. You go and do what the tasks that you're given to do, activities and things like that. Yes, it was very helpful because you do get a bit more of an in-depth look into how certain participants act. You learn about their behaviours.
We developed a great system. So now when the students come in, we would do like a group casual interview. Hi, how are you? Get to know you. What do you like to do? So then we could potentially go, oh, that sounds great. Bronwyn might be really great with X, Y, and Z client. She's great at cooking. She'll be able to help these people. So that was a really great experience to just have that general background about somebody.